Hello and welcome to Policy Watch by Policy TV. I'm Miberon Omoloju. Today we're starting a new series on the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. And over the next couple of weeks, our conversations will revolve around this issue, not just as a security problem, but as something that is quietly shaping how Nigerians live, work, travel, and even think every single day. Because insecurity in Nigeria is no longer something that feels distant. It's not somewhere far away. It's no longer just a headline. It has become part of the lives of everyday Nigerians. When you leave your house in the morning, you're thinking twice. You're checking routes. You're wondering if it's safe to take public transport, or if today will be another one-chance story you read about online. Kidnapping has gone from something shocking to something almost normalized. We hear about people being taken on highways, on farms, sometimes even in their homes. I'm sure we are all aware of the incident in Kwara State, where a peaceful community was violently attacked. Armed men killed several residents in a brutal raid that sent fear across the state, even across the nation. Homes were burned and entire families were left traumatized and displaced. Now, what this has reminded us is that no part of this country is safe. Insecurity doesn't just take lives, it takes money too. Transport fares go up because drivers factor in risk. Food prices rise because farmers can't safely access their lands. Small businesses spend more on security or shut down entirely. Investors pull back, jobs disappear, and the average Nigerian ends up paying more for less, more fear and less opportunities. We hear about troop deployments, emergency meetings, new strategies, and promises to restore peace. And to be fair, after the recent killing in Kwara State, the president came out with a statement sympathizing with the affected families and announced that troops had been deployed to the area. All of that is well and good. But the deeper concern is, when incidents like this happen, why do we rarely see justice? Why do arrests, prosecutions, and convictions almost never follow? If no one is held accountable for these crimes, how do we expect these attacks to end? This is where the real issue lies. For Nigeria to truly make progress, justice must be visible. Now, this means several things. First, suspects arrested for kidnapping, banditry, or terrorist acts must be thoroughly investigated and charged without undue delay. Arrests should never be the end of the story. They must lead to a transparent legal process where evidence is presented, attorneys are involved, and juries or judges can rule based on facts rather than speculations. Secondly, prosecutions must be effective. The system should prioritize cases involving violent crimes, and prosecutors should be supported with training and resources they need to prepare airtight files. Fast-track courts and special prosecution units for violent offenses, similar to what has begun at the Court of Appeal, can reduce delays and ensure convicts are truly held accountable. Thirdly, convictions must matter. Too often, even when suspects are arrested, they are released on bail, slip through legal loopholes, or avoid real punishments because of weak prosecution or systemic delay. Now, this kind of outcome teaches criminals that the risk of consequences is low, and that emboldens more violence. Finally, justice must be equal and impartial. Every Nigerian, whether ordinary citizen or public figures, deserve the same legal protection. When families hear about kidnappings or massacre incidents, but see no one brought to book, the social contract, the idea that the state protects life, is meaningless. Justice must not only be promised, it must be seen and served. I'm Miberon Omoloju, and this has been Policy Watch. Thank you for watching.